Every training manual in professional sports says the same thing. Sleep 8 hours, eat clean, no alcohol, no cigarettes, rest. Guy Lafleur read that manual. Then he lit it on fire with a cigarette and went out to lead the NHL in scoring 3 times. This is not a story about how he got away with it. This is a story about why none of it ever mattered. Because when you are the most naturally gifted hockey player of your generation, the rules were written for everyone else. Chapter 1. The Boy from the Small Town. The 20th of September, 1951, a boy is born in Thurso, a small paper mill town in Quebec. Population: barely 4,000 people. His father works long shifts at the mill every single winter without being asked. His father floods the backyard and builds his son a rink. Not because he thinks his son will be famous, because he loves him. On that backyard rink, young Guy Lafleur skates. Some nights until he cannot feel his feet. Some nights his mother finds him in the morning still wearing his gear, having fallen asleep in it. By age 5, local coaches are already talking about him. By age 10, he scores 70 goals in a single season in youth hockey. Not a typo, 70. He idolizes Jean Beliveau with a devotion that borders on religion. When his father takes him to watch a Canadiens game in Montreal, young Guy stands outside the arena for an hour just staring at the building, dreaming. He does not know it yet. But one day, that building will chant his name. Chapter 2. The Junior Phenomenon. At 17, Lafleur joins the Quebec Remparts in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and the hockey world stops breathing. In the 1970-71 season, he scores 130 goals and 209 points in just 62 games. That is 2 goals and 1 assist every single night for an entire season. For comparison, even Mario Lemieux, who holds the all-time Canadian Hockey League record, needed 70 games to reach 133 goals. Radio broadcaster Gene Bernard gives him a nickname that captures everything in 2 words: the Blonde Demon. General manager Sam Pollock engineered one of the most cunning moves in NHL draft history, trading veterans and prospects to ensure Oakland finished last just to guarantee the first overall pick. It worked perfectly. On draft day, 1,971 Montreal selected Guy Lafleur first overall. The pressure was already enormous. He had not played a single NHL game yet. Chapter 3. The Silence Before the Storm. Joining the Montreal Canadiens in 1971 was not like joining any other NHL team. This was a locker room of legends. Before his first season, Beliveau told him directly, "Do not try to be a second Jean Beliveau. Be the first Guy Lafleur. Take a number and make it your own." But the early years were brutal. 29 goals as a rookie, fine by any standard, not fine for Montreal. Marcel Dion, picked 2nd overall in the exact same draft, was lighting up the scoreboard in Detroit. The whispers got louder. Was Lafleur a bust? Inside the locker room, veteran Larry Robinson watched quietly and said, "Guy had all the tools. He just needed time." Then in 1974, Lafleur took off the helmet. "I started playing well as soon as I decided not to. Wear a helmet," he said, and the transformation was instant. With his golden hair flowing freely behind him, he erupted for 53 goals and 119 points. The real Guy Lafleur had finally arrived. Chapter 4. The Dynasty. From 1974 to 1980, Guy Lafleur was not one of the best players in hockey. He was hockey. 6 consecutive seasons of at least 50 goals and 100 points. No one in NHL history, not Gordie Howe, not Bobby Hull, not Bobby Orr, had ever done that before. In the 1976-77 season, 136 points in just 70 games, still the all-time Montreal Canadiens single-season record. Art Ross Trophy 3 times, Hart Memorial Trophy twice. 4 consecutive Stanley Cups from 1976 to 1979. In the 1979 semifinal, with Montreal trailing, Lafleur picked up the puck in full stride, glided across the blue line, and unleashed a shot that beat the goaltender clean. Broadcaster Danny Gallivan delivered the iconic call live on national television. Lafleur, coming out rather gingerly on the right side. Fans did not just cheer. They stood, they screamed, they chanted, "Guy." Chapter 5, The Life Nobody Talks About. But here is what made Lafleur completely different from every superstar before or since, after. Those games, he did not go home. He got in his Cadillac, put on a tailored suit, and drove straight to the nightlife district. Lafleur himself said it plainly. "I went out almost every night with the guys on the team between 1,975 and 1,981. We were winning in those years. It was fun. I felt obliged to go out with the guys. They were friends. I did not want a barrier. It brought us closer. He smoked a pack of cigarettes every single day. He drank. He stayed out until 3 or 4 in the morning, then showed up to practice and was still the fastest man on the ice." Hall of Famer Serge Savard once said, "Guy could have a big night out, barely sleep, and then go out and score a hat trick. No one else could do that." In 1979, he even released a disco album. He was not hiding his lifestyle, he was celebrating it. And Montreal loved him for every single second of it. Because in a city that lives and breathes for hockey, Guy Lafleur was not just a player, he was the city itself. In 2019, Lafleur was diagnosed with lung cancer. True to everything he had always been, he kept showing up, kept smiling, kept signing autographs, kept taking pictures with every fan who asked. He passed away in April 2022 at the age of 70. Thousands lined the streets of Montreal. Fans chanted, "Guy, Guy, Guy," as his coffin draped in a Montreal Canadiens flag was carried up the steps of the cathedral. His former teammate, Larry Robinson, said it best. He said, "One day you have to play every game like your last." And no one lived that philosophy more than Guy, both on and off the ice. On the ice, off the ice, every game, every night, he never held back. Not once. And that, more than the 5 Stanley Cups, more than the 3 scoring titles, more than the 1,353 career points, is why they still chant his name. Guy, Guy, Guy.